Hi, hello, and welcome back to F1 Challenge Career Mode. My name is Mephisto, and today we're heading off to Monaco for round 5 of the 2004 Formula 1 season. Let's get started.
Located within the urban setting of Monte Carlo, the claustrophobic Monaco street circuit is essentially a never-ending sequence of hairpin turns and chicanes with no margin for error. Whilst the jewel in Formula One's crown makes for a truly glamorous sponsor-friendly spectacle, it is very much an anachronism in today's safety-orientated era.
And here we are in qualifying, coming around to finish my flying lap, and that is a 120.8. By the way, for some reason the track feels bumpier than normal. Don't know what's going on there.
Hello there. Welcome to Monte Carlo. The weather, as so often is the case here, is just wonderful. Schumacher first. Jenson Button second. Juan Pablo Montoya third. Schumacher fourth. Sato fifth. Webber sixth. Olivier Panis seventh. Massa just got the edge over his teammate. He starts from eighth. Cristiano D'Amata ninth. The Sauber driver endured a lackluster qualifying session and faces a tough start in the midst of the chasing pack. He starts 10th. Kimi Raikkonen 11th. Giorgio Pantano 12th. Rubens Barrichello 13th. Gianmarco Bruni 14th. Zobonada 15th. Trulli failed to get anywhere near the pace of his championship rival, the Sauber driver. Alonso, 17th. Coulthard, 18th. Chris Klein, 19th. Heidfeld, 20th.
And here we are on the grid for the start of the Monaco Grand Prix. Finally, Massa had a decent qualifying as opposed to me. I'm starting from 10th. Lights are out and we're off to an absolutely abysmal start. I'm already down in 13th, that's not what you want around here. You want to be as far up in front as possible. As I continue to lose even more positions, we are now down in 16th. Interestingly though, there was no turn 1 incident, which is a bit strange for the AI on this circuit. But as I said in quali, the track feels a lot bumpier now for some reason. So much so that it feels that I'm playing chicken with the walls every time I pick up some speed. It's quite terrifying. I don't know if the AI is affected by this the same way I am, however I do know that I will have to be quite careful during this race. But now for a replay of the start. There we go, loads of wheel spin from me. Again. Interestingly, I managed to avoid that last time in the wet, but here on the dry I couldn't. Although that might be because last time I was making a conscious effort not to hammer the acceleration. Anyway, we need to start and pick up the pace. Being in 16 isn't quite what I was expecting. Not even after just one corner. Coming out of the swimming pool section, I've been informed of an incident involving Raikkonen. We'll get to that in a moment, but first let's just finish the lap. We're basically there, as we are coming around to finish lap 1 of the Monaco Grand Prix. Not a particularly good start to the race for us, but this is Monaco, so anything can happen. We've seen it in the past. The AI just doesn't like this circuit, so we might be in luck. Who knows? And I go really wide through this left-hander and hit the wall, damaging my suspension. Anyway, here's a replay of Kimi Raikkonen. He comes into the swimming pool section, hits the wall at high speed, then crashes into the arm code to his left, losing all 4 wheels in the process. And we're now following David Coulthard, and that's a pretty standard mistake for the AI on this track. That was all on lap 1, but this is now lap 2, and we're following Michael Schumacher. He comes into the lowest hairpin, goes wide on exit, and hits the wall, losing his rear wing. I gotta say, I've never seen the AI do that in this section of the track. But those are the first 3 retirements, all within the first 2 laps. A lot tamer compared to previous seasons, where the first couple of laps were nothing but a crash fest. So let's see how long the AI can keep up like this. We're now on lap 4, coming into turn 1. I have Clean behind me, who cuts the track and moves up into 15th. That's a bit annoying. Anyway, let's try and stick with him. He might make a mistake. Still on lap 4, still chasing after Clean. And we have another incident. Ooh, nearly crashed into that Renault. That was a bit scary, so let's see what happened. And here we have Fernando Alonso, behind one of the Minardis. He tries to get around him, and ends up doing what Raikkonen did on the opening lap. So that's now 4 retirements. However, compared to previous seasons, this is still quite tame. Normally by this point half the field would be out. But this is a nice change. I really don't mind if the AI doesn't wipe itself out. Towards the end of lap 7, as I was coming into Raskas, Nick Heidfeld forces his way through and then goes directly into the pits. That was smart. Just started lap 10 and we have Barrichello behind. He lets D'Amata through, who then proceeds to cut the track and overtake both of us. Well done, Barrichello, well done. Towards the end of lap 11, I was once again coming through Raskas, and Barrichello manages to squeeze his way through. We're not doing very well today, I'm afraid. This is now lap 13, and we have teammate Massa behind us. And I don't know what I was thinking here, but I started to turn in way too early for the swimming pool section. Nearly ended up in the wall there, twice, and I've lost 3 positions. Brilliant. At the end of lap 14, it was time to come in for fuel and tires. This is my only stop this race. I'm hoping it will help somewhat. The race isn't going very well for us today. The track feels a lot bumpier than it usually does. It almost feels like I'm driving a rally car, not an F1 car. It's quite weird. But tell you what, it at least keeps me on my toes, so I have that going for me. And somehow the Minardi exits in front of me despite the fact that it came in after me. Ever since when are the Minardi pit crew faster than the Sauber pit crew? That makes no sense. Whatever. Lap 16 and Baumgartner was slowly pulling away. All the while there was another incident on the track. Let's have a look. And here is Nick Heidfeld in his Jordan. He comes out of the tunnel with D'Amata hot on his heels. Heidfeld brakes a bit too early for the chicane, catching D'Amata off guard, who crashes into the Jordan, ending the race for Heidfeld. We didn't have too many incidents this race. I have to say I'm quite impressed, wasn't expecting this. Lap 19 and Baumgartner is still pulling away, but there's another incident, so let's find out what happened. Here is Jarno Trulli following Massa into the lowest hairpin. He comes around and goes wide just like Schumacher, and just like Schumacher he loses his rear wing. Last time in Spain, both McLarens and both Williams retired. This time it's both McLarens and both Renaults. We also have a retired Ferrari in the form of Michael Schumacher, and a retired Jordan in the form of Nick Heidfeld. But now, coming out of Anthony Neuer for one last time this race, we're down in 12th, quite disappointing. I was expecting more, but that didn't come to fruition. I was at least hoping for a points finish, but that wasn't meant to be today. We're lucky, however, that Schumacher retired because he was unable to continue to build a gap. But we need to step on it in the coming rounds, or else we'll be out of contention for good. Anyway, let's have a look at the standings.
At the end of an unbelievable Monaco Grand Prix, here are the final results. Juan Pablo Montoya first. Schumacher second. Takuma Sato third. Button fourth. Panis fifth. Mark Webber sixth. The Sauber driver 12th. With the results confirmed, it's high time we updated the Drivers' Championship. Schumacher first.
Michael Schumacher leads the championship with 38 points, Barrichello is second with 28 points, Trulli is third with 27 points, we are fourth with 26 points, Button fifth with 25 points, in sixth we have Raikkonen with 16 points, seventh is held by Montoya with 15 points, Alonso and Sato share 8th with 13 points, Ralf Schumacher and Webber share 9th with 10 points, Panis is 10th with 5 points, Coulthard 11th with 4 points, Massa finally scores his first 2 points and is now 12th, and Klian and Damata share 13th with 1 point.
Ferrari continue to lead the Constructors' Championship. Renault are second, followed by the third place BAR.
Ferrari lead the Constructors' Championship with 66 points, Renault are second with 40 points, BAR are third with 38 points, Sauber fourth with 28 points, Williams are fifth with 25 points, in sixth we have McLaren with 20 points, Jaguar are seventh with 11 points, and in eighth we have Toyota with 6 points. That was a very disappointing race to say the least. I was completely off pace, but to be honest, I felt that if I went any faster I'd end up in the wall and would have to retire. So it was a compromise between taking risks and potentially crashing out of the race, or take it easy and see it all to the end. I obviously chose the latter. Anyway, our next race takes us to Germany for the European Grand Prix at the Nürburgring. Let's hope it goes a bit better than today. But until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, stay sharp.